Let me tell you something. Self-love isn't just a feel-good concept or some nice thing to talk about. It's the foundation of everything you're going to build in your life. You want success? You want peace? You want joy? It all starts with loving who you are right now as you are, flaws and all. I need you to understand something: you are not perfect. None of us are. But guess what? Perfection isn't the goal. Growth is. And in order to grow, you have to stop holding on to every mistake you've ever made. You've got to forgive yourself, let go of that baggage, and move forward. That weight is holding you back. You can't reach for greatness if you're dragging the past with you. But I'm telling you this: embrace who you are. Know your strengths. Work on your weaknesses. You don't have to be perfect. Just be real. If you can't accept yourself, how can anyone else? So stop looking for validation from the outside world. You already have everything you need inside you to succeed. And let me tell you, boundaries, that's key. You need to protect your energy. You can't pour from an empty cup. You've got to learn to say no. You've got to protect your time, your peace. Because if you don't, you'll burn out. You'll lose yourself. Self-love means knowing when to step back, to recharge and take care of yourself. You can't give your best to others if you're not giving your best to you first. And don't forget mental health. You don't just get physically strong by hitting the gym, you get mentally strong by taking care of your mind. Feed it with positivity, feed it with strength, and feed it with peace. You have to love your mind as much as you love your body. Take time to nurture it. You've got to invest in yourself. I'm talking about taking care of your body, your spirit, your intellect. You deserve that. Whether it's hitting the gym, taking that course, reading that book, meditating, you're worth the investment. Every dollar you spend on improving yourself will pay dividends down the line. It's one of the most powerful ways to show yourself love. Now, let me be clear. Self-love is a journey, not a destination. It's a daily practice. So when you mess up, and don't beat yourself up. Acknowledge the lesson and keep it moving. Celebrate how far you've come. You may not be where you want to be yet, but you're not where you used to be. In the end, self-love isn't selfish, it's necessary. Because when you love yourself, you can love others even better. You can give more to the world. But it all starts with you. Fill yourself up and watch how you overflow into the lives of others. So today, take a step. Love yourself more. Take care of yourself mentally and physically. Invest in your growth. Be patient with yourself. You deserve it. Self-love is the foundation upon which everything in your life is built. It begins with understanding who you truly are, beyond the surface, beyond the labels others place on you, beyond the mistakes and the failures you've experienced. To love yourself means to accept yourself completely, embracing both your strengths and your flaws without hesitation or shame. You cannot build anything solid in life until you first accept the most important thing: yourself. When you look in the mirror, you need to see more than just a reflection of your appearance. You need to see your potential, your heart, your mind. You need to see your story, where you've been, what you've endured, and where you're going. It's about being real with yourself and acknowledging that you are worthy of love just as you are. Not when you've changed, not when you've achieved some grand goal. The truth is, self-love doesn't come from external validation. It doesn't come from other people's opinions or the trophies you collect along the way. It comes from within. When you fully accept yourself, you stop trying to please others. You stop measuring your value by how much others love you or approve of you. You know that your worth isn't something that can be quantified or compared. It's intrinsic. And because of this, you stop seeking out love from places where it's conditional. When you realize your own worth, you don't have to beg for respect. You don't have to look for affirmation or approval in every relationship or accomplishment. You simply understand that you are enough. Embracing who you are at your core means being honest with yourself. It means looking at both your achievements and your shortcomings and saying, I am proud of where I am, but I also see where I can grow. Self-love requires you to be compassionate with yourself, to give yourself the grace to make mistakes and not to let them define you. It's about finding peace with who you are, right here, right now, without feeling the need to constantly chase something you think you're missing. It's about realizing that all of your flaws, every battle you fought, and every scar you carry has shaped you into the person you are today. And that person, that unique individual, is worthy of love. True self-love comes when you stop seeking perfection and instead embrace growth, progress, and authenticity. It's an inner peace that comes from accepting your story and understanding that it's enough. When you lay this foundation, everything else in your life begins to align. Self-love strengthens your relationships, enhances your success, and gives you the resilience to overcome life's challenges. It's the root of confidence, the fuel for courage, and the armor against negativity. It all starts with you, with accepting yourself for who you truly are, and recognizing your own value in a world that often tries to tell you otherwise. Forgiveness is a powerful force, one that has the ability to transform not just your relationships with others, but your relationship with yourself. It is easy to hold on to anger, resentment, and the pain that others may have caused you. It's easy to dwell on the injustices, to replay the moments where you were hurt or betrayed. But holding on to those feelings doesn't punish the person who wronged you, it punishes you. It keeps you trapped in the past, chained to a hurt that no longer serves you. The power of forgiveness lies in its ability to free you. When you forgive, you release yourself from the grip of negativity and pain. You stop letting the actions of others control your thoughts, your feelings, and your peace of mind. You take back your power. You choose not to allow another person's mistake to dictate your emotional state or your happiness. And in doing so, you reclaim control over your life. But forgiveness isn't just about letting someone else off the hook. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of carrying resentment. It's about acknowledging that the weight you carry by holding on to hurt and anger is far heavier than the weight you would carry by letting it go. It doesn't mean what they did was right, and it doesn't mean you have to condone their actions. Forgiveness is not about excusing the behavior, but about releasing the grip that their actions have on your life and on your future. Forgiving someone, including yourself, is an act of self-love. It is choosing to prioritize your own peace, healing, and emotional well-being over the need for vengeance or validation. It's a reminder that you are not defined by what others have done to you. You are defined by how you choose to rise above it. The moment you forgive, you start healing. You create space for new opportunities, for growth, and for love. You let go of the past and make room for the future. Forgiveness also allows you to move forward. It stops the cycle of pain and regret that keeps you stuck. When you hold on to resentment, you remain tethered to a moment that cannot be changed. But forgiveness sets you free, giving you the freedom to evolve and progress. It's like clearing the weeds from a garden so that new growth can flourish. Without forgiveness, you remain in a state of emotional paralysis, and the only person you're truly hurting is yourself. Most importantly, forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. It's a gift that says, I am worthy of peace. I am worthy of healing. I am worthy of moving forward. And as you forgive, you begin to recognize that you are strong enough to handle the challenges of life, to face the pain head on, and to come out on the other side stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Ultimately, forgiveness is not a one-time event. It's a process, a choice you make every day. It's about choosing to let go of anger and resentment, choosing to release yourself from the grip of the past, and choosing to walk into the future with a heart that is open, healed, and ready to love again. The power of forgiveness lies in the freedom it gives you, the peace it brings to your soul, and the new life it opens up to you. It's a gift that is yours to claim, and once you do, you'll realize that it was never about them, it was always about you. Embracing your strengths and weaknesses is a crucial part of personal growth. Too often, people focus only on what they believe are their flaws, ignoring the incredible power of recognizing and owning both their strengths and their weaknesses. The truth is, Neither your strengths nor your weaknesses define you. They are simply part of the journey of becoming the best version of yourself. When you embrace your strengths, you begin to understand the true value of what you bring to the table. We all have unique talents, skills, and abilities that set us apart. These strengths can be the key to unlocking opportunities in our lives. They are the tools you've been given to make a difference in the world and to build the life you want. But here's the thing, recognizing your strengths isn't about bragging or inflating your ego. It's about owning your greatness without shame. It's about saying, this is who I am, and I'm proud of it, whether it's your intelligence, your creativity, your compassion, or your ability to solve problems. Acknowledging your strengths allows you to stand tall and move forward with confidence. At the same time, it's equally important to embrace your weaknesses. We all have areas where we fall short, places where we lack the skills, the knowledge, or the resilience to be at our best. But here's the thing, weaknesses are not weaknesses in the way we often think of them. They are simply areas for growth, opportunities to improve and evolve. Acknowledging your weaknesses doesn't make you any less worthy or capable. In fact, it takes a great deal of strength to admit where you need help. It takes courage to face those areas of vulnerability and say, I'm not perfect, but I'm willing to grow. When you embrace both your strengths and weaknesses, you stop hiding from the parts of yourself that you may feel insecure about. You stop running from your flaws and instead turn them into areas for self-improvement. It's about being real with yourself and recognizing that none of us are fully formed or perfectly polished. We are all in a constant state of becoming, and every strength and weakness we possess is a part of that process. You don't have to be perfect, and you shouldn't strive for perfection. It's not about pretending to have it all together, but about embracing the journey and the lessons that come with it. When you embrace your strengths, you use them to move forward with power and purpose. When you embrace your weaknesses, you give yourself the opportunity to grow stronger, to learn, and to be more resilient. It's in this balance of self-acceptance that you truly find peace. Ultimately, it's about honoring who you are, right here and right now, while understanding that you are always evolving. Your strengths give you confidence to lead, to take risks, and to go after what you want. Your weaknesses give you humility, a reminder that you are always capable of learning, growing, and becoming better. When you embrace both, you create a life of authenticity, of power, and of continuous self-improvement. So don't run from your flaws. Don't shy away from your imperfections. Stand tall in your strengths and stand proud in your weaknesses, because both are equally important in shaping the person you are destined to become. Setting boundaries is one of the most powerful and necessary skills you can develop in your life. It's about defining where your space ends and where others begin, and having the strength to protect that space. Many people struggle with boundaries because they fear rejection or feel guilty about saying no, but the truth is, boundaries are not walls, they are bridges that protect your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. Without them, you risk losing yourself in the demands and expectations of others. Boundaries are a way of showing respect for yourself. They teach others how to treat you, how to engage with you, and how to love you in a way that aligns with your values and your energy. When you set clear boundaries, you establish a sense of self-worth. You stop allowing others to drain your energy or take advantage of your time and resources. You take control of your life by recognizing that your needs are just as important as anyone else's. But boundaries aren't always easy. People will test them. They may push against your limits, challenge your decisions, or try to manipulate you into giving more than you're willing to. The key to setting strong boundaries is consistency. You can't set a boundary one day and then allow it to be crossed the next. It requires strength, discipline, and a deep understanding of your own values. You need to be firm in your decisions, knowing that your peace and well-being are worth protecting. It's also important to recognize that setting boundaries is not about controlling others, it's about controlling your own life. It's about prioritizing your needs, your happiness, and your health without feeling selfish or guilty. Boundaries are a way of saying, I value myself enough to protect my time, my emotions, and my energy. It's a way of teaching others how to treat you, and also an act of self-respect that reflects how you feel about yourself. In relationships, boundaries help create a healthy dynamic of mutual respect. Without boundaries, relationships can become toxic, with one person constantly giving and the other constantly taking. But when you establish clear limits, you create a space where both people can thrive. You allow yourself the freedom to be who you are, without the weight of others' expectations. You teach people how to love you by honoring your boundaries, and in turn, you show love and respect for them by giving them the same freedom. Setting boundaries also requires you to trust yourself. You have to trust that your needs are valid and that it's okay to assert them. Often, the fear of disappointing others can prevent us from setting boundaries. But the real disappointment comes when we continue to sacrifice ourselves for the sake of others' comfort. By establishing boundaries, you show up in the world as your true self, not as someone trying to fit into the expectations of everyone around you. Your boundaries are personal, and they will evolve as you grow. What you tolerate today may not be what you tolerate tomorrow. Your boundaries reflect where you are in your life, and they may shift based on your goals, your values, and the people around you. That's okay. The most important thing is that you remain consistent in your commitment to protecting your peace and preserving your energy. In the end, setting boundaries is an act of self-love. It's about honoring who you are and ensuring that others respect that. It's about recognizing that you deserve to have your needs met, that you have the right to say no, and that your time, your energy, and your well-being are worth prioritizing. Boundaries allow you to take control of your life and create the space you need to grow, heal, and thrive. Prioritizing your mental health is not just an option, it's a necessity for living a fulfilling and balanced life. So many of us go through life focused on external achievements, work, relationships, obligations, forgetting that none of those things can be enjoyed or sustained if we are not taking care of ourselves mentally. Your mind is the foundation of everything you do. It influences your emotions, your decisions, and your physical health. When you neglect your mental health, everything else begins to unravel. But when you put it first, everything in your life improves. Mental health is not just about the absence of mental illness. It's about emotional well-being, inner peace, and a positive mindset. It's about having the tools and the strength to handle life's challenges, knowing how to deal with stress, and having the ability to bounce back from setbacks. Prioritizing your mental health means recognizing that your mind needs care, attention, and nurturing just like your body does. You need to give yourself the time and space to relax, recharge, and process your emotions. Many people are taught to push through pain, to ignore stress, or to keep moving despite feeling mentally overwhelmed. But this approach is unsustainable. Constantly running on empty leads to burnout, anxiety, and depression. The truth is, when you prioritize your mental health, you create the space to heal and restore yourself. You give yourself permission to rest, to seek help, and to do the things that support your emotional and psychological well-being. It's about creating a healthy balance between work, rest, and play, understanding that all three are essential for a healthy mind. Prioritizing mental health also means being aware of your thoughts. The way you think has a direct impact on your emotional state and how you perceive the world. Negative thought patterns, self-doubt, and overthinking can drain your energy and keep you stuck in a place of stress. But when you prioritize your mental health, you start to recognize these patterns and replace them with healthier, more positive thoughts. You begin to take control of your mind instead of letting it control you. This doesn't mean you'll never experience negative emotions, but it means you'll have the tools to manage them effectively and not let them dictate your life. Another critical part of prioritizing mental health is setting boundaries. You need to protect your peace by saying no when you need to and limiting the time you spend around negative influences. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you're constantly giving to others without taking time to refill your own well, eventually you will have nothing left to give. Taking care of your mental health means recognizing when you need to step back, recharge, and focus on yourself. It also involves nurturing healthy relationships. Surrounding yourself with people who support and uplift you is vital for maintaining mental health. Toxic relationships, on the other hand, can weigh you down and drain your energy. Prioritizing your mental health means knowing when to distance yourself from unhealthy dynamics and seeking relationships that foster love, respect, and positivity. Seeking help is another important part of mental health. There is no shame in reaching out to a therapist, counselor, or support group. Asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Sometimes we all need someone to listen, someone to guide us through our struggles. There's no need to face life's challenges alone. Prioritizing mental health means accepting that you don't have to have it all figured out, and that seeking professional help is one of the most powerful tools for healing. Taking care of your mental health is an ongoing practice. It's not something you do once and forget about. It's a commitment to yourself every day. It's about checking in with yourself, being mindful of your emotional state, and making decisions that support your mental well-being. Whether it's through exercise, meditation, therapy, creative outlets, or simply taking time to breathe, you are the caretaker of your own mind. When you prioritize your mental health, you're not just investing in yourself, you're investing in the quality of your life. You begin to make better decisions, build healthier relationships, and pursue your goals with clarity and purpose. The world around you may be chaotic, but when your mind is at peace, you have the strength and resilience to navigate through anything. Prioritizing your mental health is not a luxury. It's a fundamental part of living your best life, a life that is grounded in balance, strength, and well-being. Your worth is something intrinsic. It comes from within you and is not defined by the opinions or expectations of others. Too many people make the mistake of looking outside of themselves for validation, thinking that their value is determined by how others perceive them. But the truth is, no one else can define who you are, what you're capable of, or what your life means. Your worth is inherent and unique, and it's built upon the foundation of your own self-belief, purpose, and actions. We live in a world that constantly tries to measure worth based on external achievements, money, status, appearance, or what others think of us. Society pushes these standards, and if you're not careful, you can easily start to believe that these things are what define your value. But in reality, those are just fleeting markers that don't reflect who you truly are. Your worth cannot be quantified by what others see or think about you. It's deeper than your career, your relationship status, or how many followers you have. When you place your worth in the hands of others, you give away your power. You become dependent on their approval, their opinions, and their judgments. You may find yourself constantly striving to meet their expectations, trying to live up to an image that is not your own. The problem with this is that the goalposts are always moving. What someone values today, they might not value tomorrow. People change, and so do their opinions. If you let your worth be defined by others, you're setting yourself up for a life of uncertainty and disappointment. Your worth is not about being perfect. It's not about meeting everyone's standards or living up to someone else's ideal. It's about being authentic. It's about embracing who you are, flaws and all, and knowing that you are enough just as you are. Perfection is a myth, and when you accept that, you free yourself from the pressure to conform to unrealistic expectations. Embracing your imperfections is a sign of strength. It shows that you are secure in yourself, not in the validation of others. The moment you stop allowing others to define your worth, you unlock your true potential. You no longer feel the need to seek validation outside of yourself. Instead, you trust in your own judgment and believe in your own capabilities. You start living your life on your terms, not trying to meet someone else's standards of success or happiness. Your worth becomes defined by how you see yourself, how you treat yourself, and the value you place on your own life and experiences. Building this mindset takes practice. It takes time to let go of the need for approval, especially if you've spent much of your life seeking it. But the journey to understanding your own worth starts with the realization that you are enough. You don't need anyone's permission to be great, to be happy, or to be successful. You don't need anyone else to tell you that you matter, because you know it within yourself. True worth comes from self-love, self-respect, and an unwavering belief that you are valuable regardless of how others see you. It's about understanding that your unique experiences, your personality, your perspective, and your contributions to the world are what make you priceless. No one can take that away from you. No matter what people say or do, your worth remains intact because it is not contingent on anyone else's approval. When you understand that your worth is not defined by others, you set yourself free. You become empowered to chase your own dreams, live according to your own values, and be the person you were always meant to be. You stop worrying about fitting into someone else's mold, and you start building a life that reflects your true self. This freedom allows you to experience the world from a place of strength, confidence, and self-assurance. Never forget that your worth is not something that can be measured by the standards of the outside world. It is something that comes from within, and it is immeasurable, unshakable, and yours to own. When you embrace this truth, you live a life that is fully aligned with who you truly are without the need for validation from anyone else. And in doing so, you unlock your most authentic, powerful, and fulfilled self. Investing in yourself is the greatest decision you can make, yet so many people overlook its importance. We spend time, energy, and money investing in things that bring temporary pleasure or success, but often forget that the most valuable asset we possess is ourselves. The truth is, everything we want to achieve, every dream we have, and every goal we pursue starts with the person we are. If you don't invest in yourself, you'll never unlock your full potential. When you invest in yourself, you create a foundation that supports every aspect of your life and empowers you to become the person you were meant to be. Investing in yourself is not just about acquiring new skills or education, though that is certainly part of it. It's about cultivating your mind, body, and spirit so that you can show up in the world as the best version of yourself. You are the only person who will be with you through every high and low, every victory and defeat. When you pour into yourself, you're building your future, your happiness, and your success. You're acknowledging that you are worthy of growth, transformation, and the best that life has to offer. One of the first areas to invest in is your mind. What you feed your mind shapes the way you view the world, the choices you make, and the opportunities you attract. If you're constantly consuming negativity or staying stuck in limiting beliefs, you'll never be able to move forward. Invest in your growth by reading, learning, seeking new experiences, and challenging yourself to think differently. The more you expand your knowledge, the more you expand your capacity to succeed. A strong, well-trained mind opens doors to infinite possibilities. Another critical area of investment is your health. Without a healthy body, your mind and spirit can't function at their best. Exercise, nutrition, sleep, and stress management all play vital roles in how you feel and how you perform. Investing in your physical health doesn't just make you feel better today, it sets you up for a future where you can continue to do the things you love, achieve your goals, and experience life to the fullest. Your body is your vehicle for success, so treat it with the care and respect it deserves. But investing in yourself goes beyond just physical and mental growth. It's about nurturing your spirit as well. Your emotional well-being is just as important as your intellectual and physical health. Taking time for self-reflection, practicing gratitude, or engaging in activities that bring you joy are all ways to nurture your spirit. When your soul is in alignment with your goals, you move through life with a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Investing in your spirit means allowing yourself to be vulnerable, to grow through challenges, and to embrace the journey without fear. Time is another precious resource to invest in. The way you spend your time reflects your priorities. If you want to be successful, to grow, to live a life of purpose, you need to be intentional with how you use your time. Invest time in the things that matter most, whether it's focusing on personal development, building meaningful relationships, or pursuing your passions. Don't waste time on things that drain you or distract you from your purpose. When you're deliberate about how you invest your time, you ensure that you're always moving forward and not getting stuck in a cycle of busyness that leaves you feeling unfulfilled. Another important aspect of investing in yourself is building self-confidence. Believing in your abilities, trusting your intuition, and stepping into your power are all investments in your personal growth. When you start to believe in yourself, you begin to take action, set boundaries, and push past fears. Confidence is built through experience, so the more you take risks, face challenges, and show up for yourself, the stronger your self-belief becomes. It is an investment that pays dividends in all areas of your life. The people you surround yourself with also play a huge role in your investment in yourself. Relationships matter. Who you spend your time with can either elevate you or drag you down. Invest in relationships that lift you, challenge you, and help you grow. Spend time with people who encourage your dreams, who inspire you to be better, and who support you when you fall. At the same time, be mindful of relationships that drain your energy or pull you away from your goals. Surround yourself with people who share your values and are committed to growing alongside you. Investing in yourself also means embracing your potential and taking action toward your goals. Dreams don't come true through wishful thinking, they come true through hard work, perseverance, and belief in yourself. When you invest time and effort into your goals, you move closer to creating the life you want. It's not always easy, and the journey may be long, but the return on investment is immeasurable. When you make the commitment to invest in your growth, the rewards will manifest in every area of your life, from your career to your relationships, to your overall sense of fulfillment. Ultimately, the return on investing in yourself is not immediate, but it's lasting. When you invest in your growth, health, mindset, and spirit, you build a life that is authentic and meaningful. The best part is, the more you invest in yourself, the more you realize that the possibilities are endless. The investment you make today will pay off in ways you can't even imagine yet. So take that step, commit to yourself, and watch as the world opens up to you in ways you never thought possible. Self-love is not something that can be achieved overnight, nor is it a one-time accomplishment. It is a daily practice, an ongoing commitment to treating yourself with the same compassion, respect, and kindness that you would offer to someone you deeply care about. Too often, we expect to wake up one day and suddenly feel confident, complete, and at peace with who we are. But self-love isn't a destination, it's a journey. It's something you actively cultivate every day through your thoughts, actions, and choices. To truly embrace self-love, you have to be consistent in nurturing it. It begins with how you speak to yourself. The way you talk to yourself matters. Your internal dialogue shapes your self-worth and influences your emotions. If you constantly criticize yourself, berate yourself for mistakes, or talk down to yourself, you create a negative narrative that chips away at your self-esteem. On the other hand, when you speak to yourself with encouragement, forgiveness, and understanding, you build a foundation of self-compassion. Self-love requires that you choose words that uplift rather than tear you down. Speak to yourself the way you would speak to a loved one who is going through a tough time. Self-love is also a practice of setting boundaries. It's about recognizing that your time, energy, and emotions are valuable and deserve to be protected. Setting boundaries means learning to say no when something or someone is draining you or pulling you away from your own needs. It's not about being selfish or dismissive of others. It's about recognizing that you cannot give your best if you don't first take care of yourself. Establishing healthy boundaries is an act of self-respect and is essential to maintaining emotional and mental well-being. Another important aspect of self-love is taking care of your physical body. Your body is the vessel that carries you through life, and it deserves to be treated with care and respect. This doesn't mean striving for perfection or adhering to unrealistic beauty standards, but it does mean giving your body the nourishment, exercise, rest, and care it needs to thrive. When you make your health a priority, you are honoring yourself and your life. Physical well-being is an essential part of feeling strong, confident, and capable in every area of your life. In addition to caring for your body, self-love involves honoring your emotions. Many people are quick to suppress their feelings or dismiss them as unimportant. But true self-love means allowing yourself to feel what you feel without judgment. Whether it's happiness, sadness, anger, or fear, all emotions are valid and part of the human experience. Giving yourself permission to feel and process emotions is a powerful form of self-care. It allows you to heal, grow, and move forward with greater strength and understanding. Denying your emotions only creates inner turmoil, whereas embracing them helps you release what no longer serves you. Self-love also involves forgiveness both of others and of yourself. Holding on to past mistakes, regrets, or grudges only keeps you tethered to negativity and prevents you from moving forward. Forgiving yourself is a necessary part of the self-love journey. Everyone makes mistakes, and no one is perfect. You are allowed to learn from your errors, but you must also release the shame and guilt that come with them. When you forgive yourself, you free yourself to become better, to grow, and to embrace the lessons that life has taught you. Similarly, letting go of past hurts caused by others frees you from carrying unnecessary emotional baggage that weighs you down. A crucial aspect of self-love is practicing gratitude. When you focus on what you are thankful for, you shift your mindset from lack to abundance. Gratitude helps you recognize the positive aspects of your life, no matter how small they may seem. It's easy to get caught up in what's going wrong or what you don't have, but taking time to acknowledge your blessings reaffirms your worth and helps you stay grounded in the present moment. Gratitude is a reminder that you are deserving of good things, and it encourages you to appreciate all the efforts you've made to get to where you are today. Additionally, self-love means giving yourself permission to rest. In a world that glorifies busyness and constant achievement, it's easy to neglect the importance of rest. Yet rest is essential for both your physical and mental well-being. Taking time to recharge allows you to show up as your best self with more energy, clarity, and focus. Self-love is about knowing when to slow down, to take a break, and to replenish your energy so that you can continue to move forward in a healthy and balanced way. Self-love is also a practice of self-acceptance. You must learn to embrace who you are, flaws, imperfections, and all. When you accept yourself, you stop seeking validation from others, and you start living in alignment with your true self. It means letting go of the need to compare yourself to others, to measure your worth based on external standards. Instead, you honor your uniqueness and recognize that your individuality is what makes you special. The more you practice self-acceptance, the more you cultivate a deep sense of peace within yourself. Finally, self-love is about taking action toward your goals and dreams. It's about showing up for yourself every single day and working toward becoming the best version of who you are. Self-love isn't passive, it requires effort, intention, and determination. You must take steps each day, whether big or small, that align with your values and aspirations. Each action you take toward your goals is a form of self-love, reinforcing the belief that you are worthy of success, happiness, and fulfillment. Self-love is a continuous, evolving practice. It's something you do every day with intention and commitment. It's not always easy, and there will be days when you slip or feel disconnected from your worth. But on those days, remember that self-love is a practice, not a destination. Keep showing up for yourself, keep nurturing your mind, body, and spirit, and keep choosing to love who you are exactly as you are. Celebrating your progress is one of the most powerful acts of self-love and self-recognition. Too often, we're focused on where we want to go, what we still need to accomplish, and how much more we need to improve. It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of future goals and neglect the importance of acknowledging the growth we've already made. Celebrating your progress doesn't mean you stop striving for more, but it's about recognizing and appreciating the steps you've taken, the hurdles you've overcome, and the journey you've been on to get to where you are today. Every single milestone, no matter how small, is worthy of celebration. Whether it's finishing a project, reaching a personal goal, or even making it through a difficult week, these moments reflect your resilience and commitment to moving forward. It's important to take a step back and acknowledge the effort you've put in, the lessons you've learned, and the courage it took to take action. Even on the days when things don't go as planned, the fact that you've kept showing up, doing the work, and staying dedicated is a cause for celebration. When you celebrate your progress, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of achieving your dreams and that your efforts matter. It's easy to fall into the trap of feeling like you haven't done enough or that your accomplishments don't measure up. But the truth is, every step counts. Each achievement, no matter how big or small, is a testament to your growth and determination. By celebrating, you acknowledge that what you've done so far is valuable and worthy of recognition. This act of celebration gives you a sense of pride and accomplishment, helping you stay motivated and focused on your continued journey. Celebrating your progress also helps you stay grounded and grateful. It allows you to reflect on how far you've come and appreciate the journey, rather than constantly focusing on what you still need to do. This sense of gratitude for your progress can build a positive mindset, reinforcing the idea that you are on the right path and that the work you're putting in is paying off. By pausing to celebrate, you create space for joy, fulfillment, and pride, which fuels your energy and determination to keep moving forward. It's also important to understand that progress isn't always linear. There will be times when you take steps backward, face setbacks, or encounter challenges that slow you down. But that doesn't mean you haven't made progress. In fact, overcoming obstacles often leads to the greatest growth. Celebrating your progress means recognizing that growth comes in many forms, including the lessons learned through failure and the resilience built from adversity. It's about seeing the bigger picture, not just the immediate outcome, and appreciating the process that leads to growth and transformation. When you celebrate your progress, you also create a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, or the goals that still feel out of reach, you focus on what you've accomplished and how much you've grown. This shift in perspective allows you to appreciate what's right in front of you and understand that you are always moving closer to your vision, even when it feels like the finish line is far away. It also keeps you from getting discouraged when you encounter setbacks, because you'll have a clear sense of how far you've come and how capable you are of continuing forward. In a world that often prioritizes external validation and comparison, celebrating your progress is a way of validating yourself. It's about acknowledging your own efforts and accomplishments without waiting for approval from others. This strengthens your sense of self-worth and boosts your confidence. When you're in the habit of celebrating your progress, you're less likely to seek validation from external sources, because you've already learned to value your own growth and effort. Celebration doesn't always have to be a grand gesture. It can be as simple as taking a moment to acknowledge your achievement, giving yourself a well-deserved break, treating yourself to something special, or simply taking time to reflect on how far you've come. Sometimes celebrating means pausing and recognizing that you've done enough, that you're doing great, and that the progress you've made is meaningful. As you continue your journey, it's essential to make celebrating your progress a consistent part of your routine. It's a practice that will help you stay motivated, focused, and positive. It reminds you that you're not just working toward a goal, but that you are constantly growing, evolving, and becoming the best version of yourself. Each milestone, each victory, and each challenge overcome is a testament to your strength, resilience, and dedication. By celebrating these moments, you honor your own efforts and reinforce your belief in yourself. When you take time to celebrate your progress, you don't just acknowledge how far you've come, you also remind yourself of your power to keep going, to continue growing, and to achieve everything you've set out to do. Every small step you take brings you closer to the person you're becoming. And every celebration is a reminder that the journey itself is just as important as the destination. You can't pour from an empty cup. It's one of those simple truths that hold profound meaning when you take a moment to really think about it. Life often demands a great deal from us, whether it's our time, our energy, or our emotional labor. We give, and sometimes we forget to replenish ourselves. We fill the cups of others with encouragement, support, and love, But too often we neglect to fill our own cup in return. Eventually, when you run on empty, there's nothing left to offer. And that's when burnout, exhaustion, and frustration set in. The idea of filling your own cup is about taking care of yourself, about ensuring that you are strong, healthy, and balanced so that you can give from a place of abundance, not depletion. When you're running on fumes, your ability to show up for others diminishes, and your own mental and emotional well-being suffers. But when your cup is full, when you take the time to prioritize your needs, to recharge and to heal, you have more to give, not just to others, but to yourself as well. You're in a better position to face life's challenges with resilience, and you can approach your relationships and responsibilities with the energy and clarity they deserve. Taking care of yourself isn't a luxury or an act of selfishness. It's a necessity. Self-care is often overlooked, especially in a world that prizes productivity and giving. But if you are always focused on others, on what they need, and on fulfilling your obligations, you will eventually find yourself drained. Self-care can look different for everyone, but it's important to recognize that it's not just about occasional indulgence. It's about setting boundaries, saying no when necessary, and giving yourself permission to rest, recharge, and focus on your own well-being. It's about creating space for yourself amidst the demands of life. Without this balance, you can easily become a shell of yourself, unable to fully engage with the world around you. Many people believe that giving to others is what makes them worthy, or that it's their duty to keep giving no matter how much it costs them. While it's noble to want to help others, it's equally important to understand that you cannot help anyone if you're empty. The strength, love, and support that you offer others must come from a place of health and wholeness. When you nurture your own body, mind, and spirit, you increase your capacity to love, to give, and to serve in a way that is sustainable and fulfilling for both you and those around you. The key to filling your cup is realizing that you are just as worthy of love, care, and attention as anyone else. You don't need to earn the right to prioritize yourself. You deserve it simply because you exist. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that taking care of your needs is selfish, especially when others are in need or there's work to be done. But the truth is, when you make self-care a priority, you are better equipped to care for others. You become a more present, compassionate, and effective person when you fill your own cup. Your relationships, your work, and your own happiness all depend on your ability to nurture yourself first. So how do you fill your cup? It starts with recognizing when you're running low. Are you feeling drained, stressed, overwhelmed? These are signs that it's time to step back, reassess, and invest time in yourself. Filling your cup can take many forms. It might be through rest, exercise, hobbies, spending time with loved ones, or even doing nothing at all. It's about what recharges you, what nourishes your soul, and what allows you to feel whole again. Sometimes it's as simple as taking a moment to breathe deeply, to meditate, or to step outside and connect with nature. Other times it might involve seeking support from others, whether it's through therapy, counseling, or simply leaning on a trusted friend. It's also about understanding that refilling your cup isn't a one-time thing. It's an ongoing process, because life is constantly changing, and so are your needs. There may be times when you feel full and capable, and other times when you're feeling empty. You have to keep coming back to yourself and making sure you're taking the necessary steps to replenish. The world will always pull at you, demanding more, but you have to remember that your well-being is just as important, if not more so, than what others require from you. When you give yourself the attention and care that you deserve, you are ensuring that you can continue to be a source of love and support for others without losing yourself in the process. So don't wait until you're running on empty. Don't allow yourself to become so depleted that you no longer recognize your own needs. Your cup needs regular refilling just as much as anyone else's. If you want to be able to pour into others, you first have to ensure that you're filled up. And that's not just a responsibility, it's an act of self-love and self-respect. You can't pour from an empty cup, but when your cup is full, You become an unstoppable force ready to give, to serve, and to live life with all the energy and vitality you deserve. In conclusion, self-love is not a one-time act, but a lifelong journey of nurturing, honoring, and protecting your well-being. It's about understanding that you are deserving of care, compassion, and respect, both from others and from yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup, and that's why it's essential to fill your own cup first, so you can show up as the best version of yourself, ready to give, to love, and to serve without depleting your own spirit. Remember, self-love is not selfish. It's a powerful foundation that strengthens your capacity to create meaningful connections, to face life's challenges, and to grow into the person you're meant to be. So, take time to honor yourself, embrace your journey, and celebrate the progress you make along the way. You are worthy of love, and it starts with the love you give to yourself.